I know a lot of dentists that travel a lot, but they don't earn a lot of money. You know, they're often salaried employees. They get 4 to 6 weeks of vacation per year. They save up in between times of work so that they can travel when they're off. A lot of them have little to no investments beyond traditional stuff that they sell us, 401k plans, IRAs. And then I know some really very rich dentists whom have built tremendous dental businesses or dental service organizations, and they literally generate tens of millions of dollars of revenue every year, but they don't have time. Sure, they do travel maybe 1 or 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks a year. And when they travel, they go big because they can afford to, but they don't go that often. Like I said, 1 or 2 weeks a year. They work heavy, 5 to 6 days a week, and they don't have the freedom of time. They're time poor. Now listen, this past April, I was in the Bahamas for 10 days during the Easter break with my wife, my family, and my extended family, my sister-in-law, my mother-in-law, my brother-in-law. My wife is from the Bahamas, so we travel to the Bahamas often, but we don't stay in the same islands. This time, we went to a remote island of Exuma, where they have swimming sea pigs. My children fed iguanas and the most crystal clear turquoise blue waters and sun-drenched warm beaches with nobody around us except for us. It was absolutely amazing. A few weeks after that, just my wife and I, we went to go celebrate one of our dear friends' 40th birthday in Greece in the island of Crete. Ourselves and 16 others had the fortune of dancing and partying and celebrating our friend in a remote villa in an exotic destination in the Aegean Sea. We also went to Santorini and as well as spent a couple of nights in Athens, and we had an absolute blast. And then just 6 weeks after that, we took another 10-day trip with my wife and my family, my brother and his family, my parents, my in-laws, my brother-in-law, my sister-in-law. It was a total of 14 family members. And we spent time in Madrid, and we were in the beaches of Barcelona together, and we forged and bonded, and we created memories that will last a lifetime. This was absolutely invaluable to me. So I realized quickly, I'd been to that point where I was time poor. I was a heavy real estate investor. I had 10 properties. I was a full-time endodontist, as well as a husband and parents to 2 children, and I'm a very involved parent. And I became time poor. I thought, hey, having money is the key, and I made it because I made a lot of money, but I was time poor. And that's when I realized that money is only a means to an end. The end goal is actually getting the freedom of time so we can do whatever we want, when we want, where we want, with whom we want. Time and money is not the key. It's time is the key, and money is the way that passive streams of money is the way to get there. Multiple passive streams of income. And it can be done. It's been done by many wealthy people, and it can be done just by you. All it takes is consistency. It takes discipline and having the right mindset and knowledge. Now, real estate will generate compounded returns. It will give you great wealth building and develop cash flows in an income tax advantaged way. Starts off slow, and that's where the consistency and discipline comes in. But if you keep feeding it and feeding it year after year, and the cash flow goes from a trickle to a stream, you keep feeding and nurturing it, it joins into a tributary. Several tributaries eventually form a raging river, bubbling away on its path to the ocean, and boom, into the vast ever-deep ocean. That is what building passive streams of income. I don't know if that worked or not, but that is what I'm trying to tell you about. All right, so let's get into it. How do we create a pathway and strategy to do this? Before we get into it, I'm Dr. Jonny Walker. I'm a self-made multimillionaire in real estate investing, as well as a 13-year veteran endodontist. I am the founder and principal of a capital firm that has invested across close to 690 apartment buildings and over $94 million in transactional volume. On this channel, we teach dentists and busy professionals and rainmaker business owners how they too can convert their hard-earned business income into wealth-building passive gains, where the money is continuously working for you day in, day out with no days off. And the more money you have out there working for you, the less money that you need to make working for it. This is a huge concept that a lot of people don't get, and your financial advisors won't teach you. Your financial advisor will tell you to put your money into things like 401k plans, lock that money up for long periods of time. Don't touch it, because if you touch it, you'll be penalized heavily. And hopefully, if the market is cooperating when you decide that you do need that money, and then when you do withdraw this money from this account, you're subject to long-term capital gains tax. This is a heavily unfavorable position. I have a whole video on the 401k scam, not a 401k plan. Definitely click on that, watch that. But that's another topic for another day. Now, what is the 80-20 rule exactly when it comes to your income allocation? What that means is when every $100 that you earn from your job after taxes are paid, or if you're a W-2 employee, or if 1099 you pay them after. But if every $100 that you get in your bank account, learn to live off a maximum of 80% of that. So you can live off of $80. That $80 is used to pay your rent, your housing, your clothing, your student loans, your utilities, your car notes, all the things that it costs for you to live. You have to live off 80% of it. The other 20% of it goes into a saving to invest account. That account cannot be touched for anything else other than growing your future bank. That's your future net worth, okay? This does not mean you save this money up so you can go on vacation. This money is saved for you to invest in your future self and your family's future self. Now, you keep saving up 20% of every dollar, and you keep investing that, and you keep saving up that 20% until you have saved enough money that you can now go and invest. But not invest in just anything. There's certain things that are going to grow your wealth, and there's certain things that are going to do it in a low risk manner. Majority of your investments should be in low risk investments that can spit off cash flow, that actually give you money. You see, when you're in the stock market, when you're a 401k plan, it's just a blip on a computer screen. You have to just log on and see what's there, and it cannot help you with your problems today. It cannot help you pay rent. It cannot help you cover any emergency expenses. It's just potential money, unless you go and tap into it and withdraw money early, which you will be penalized heavily for. So now let's go back to that example where now we take that 20% and we start investing in something like real estate, something low risk, a passive investment, and you slowly start getting some cash flow every month. Okay, it's tax advantage cash flow, doesn't increase your ordinary income. We already have high incomes. We don't need to increase our income anymore. Thanks to a thing called depreciation, which is a deduction. You can write off most of these passive income gains. And now as a result, you're not paying any even in taxes on this cash flow. And now you keep on saving every money that you make. But now you focus on your job, your career, your thing that makes you special, that makes you your ability to earn, and you keep continuing to increase your earning capacity. Now, what that means is that you can live off of 80% of that increased income, which means your living standards will still go up proportionate to your income, but also your savings going towards developing your future bank is also growing proportionately. On top of that, you're doing it every year. You keep investing, low risk. And now those cash flows you got multiple cash flows. You got income streams coming in from multiple real estate deals. And then you start to get returns on your money when these properties are sold or refinanced. And you take this money and you reinvest it into another property. So now you not only have your original capital invested and working for you, you also have the profits that were gained, redeployed, and also working for you. On top of that, you consistently keep investing your 20% that you keep earning, and the thing starts to compound. The cash flows start to really grow, and your net worth starts to explode. So then what happens is things start to compound. You keep reinvesting your profits, you keep reinvesting your cash flows, and you keep earning and investing your savings. And what happens is the cash flows start to become substantial, and your net worth absolutely explodes. That's what I'm talking about here, guys. That is what I want to see. All of our bank accounts explode. So now, the vehicle to do this how do you develop these passive streams of income? All right, so no, I follow what you're saying. It makes sense that, all right, we're going to save 20% of our money. We're going to keep investing in prudent, cash flowing, low risk investments. Now, what does this passive income look like? And where would we invest it? Now, passive income at Walk of Wealth here is our motto. And the vehicle that we invest in has me super excited. And that's exactly why we're buying lots and lots of apartment buildings. Cash flowing apartment buildings. Low risk. People need a place to live, ladies and gentlemen. As the house prices go up, as interest rates continue to increase and people cannot afford homes, they become renters. Renters remain renters. Millennials are renters. America is becoming a renter nation. The thesis behind apartment building investment remains absolutely strong. The scarcity of affordable housing in America continues to make another compelling argument as to why the future of multifamily real estate will continue and has gone on for many years and generations. All right. I mean, listen, we do not have to reinvent the wheel, okay? The hardest part for most people to start investing in real estate is they do not have the seed capital. We as high income earners, as high business income earning professionals, we have a leg up on 99% of the people out there, right? We have ability to earn, we have ability to develop seed capital, and it's just up to us to deploy it in the right way. So you're not exactly sure how to invest in apartment buildings, often called apartment building syndications. Well, that's beyond the purview of this video, but I have another video that you can just jump on right here. Hopefully there's gonna be a link that you can click on, talks exactly about what apartment building syndication is and exactly how it works. I highly recommend that you watch it because it could change your life. What we're talking about is recession-proof investing. We're talking about growing your wealth passively. We're talking about how you can truly make your money work for you so that you don't have to work for the money. Hope that gives you a lot of value. That's all we got time for today. My name is Dr. Jonny Walker. Please reach out to me. You can reach me on my website, which is in the description below. Click on a link, you can book a call with us. We'd love to hear from you. All right, guys, click on the next video. This is gonna blow your mind away. It's the next 80-20 rule, but in terms of asset allocation. All right, guys, I'll see you next time. Take care.